Is Nikki Marsh. I am the Fund Development and Communications Manager here at Anova. I am in charge of fundraising. I host a lot of our events and different campaigns, as well as our communications, internal and external, such as our website and our social media. I come from a for-profit background. When I went to business school, I never really saw myself working for a nonprofit such as Anova, like a social service like ours. But I always I was always charitable even so. So like I was still raising money for different runs and walks and different organizations across the board. When I was given the opportunity to apply at Anova, I got really excited because now I was going to be able to not only help people in a charitable way like I've always liked doing and always wanted to be doing, but I was now able to do it and say that I do this as a career. And that meant so much to me to be able to say, you know, my day job is helping people heal and helping people restart and find the fresh starts they need. We can't do that without money. And so no matter what funding we get, there's always going to be a need for more. And we don't see the funding increases happening. So my goals increase every year. I'm one of the reasons why they can have that place to go, and fundraising for that and knowing that is an inspiration in itself. And that's probably one of the main reasons why I do what I do. One thing that would surprise the community the most is the amount of early planning that you have to do when you're fundraising for a nonprofit like Anova. You see Christmas pop up in the stores in October, but we've been thinking about it since the beginning of August. Another thing is like the storytelling that we get to do, and the relationship building that comes along with that, and the stories that get told to me. People might not realize that like building relationships with donors isn't just one phone call. It's 8 phone calls and 2 coffee meetings and 60 emails and about 5 years of building that relationship. Having the time, not having the time, but making the time to ensure that you're having these connections with your community, because we can't do what we do without them. Like we really can't. The community is our donors. The community keeps the lifelines coming in our doors, so that our staff can continue to do the hard work. So building the relationships is something that takes a very strong precedence. And then the storytelling and the planning and everything else just kind of helps build that up. Like one small monetary gift can make such a huge difference. One box of diapers for a mom that really needs them makes such a difference. So no matter if people are like, oh, I only have $5 to give and I just don't feel like I'm doing enough, I want people to know that they're doing what they can, just like everybody, and it's helpful. There are so many that don't even want to be recognized. I think the amount of anonymous donations that we get every year definitely contributes to being a hidden helper in even the most hidden possible way, by like, I don't want you to know my name, my address, my phone, I don't want anything to know about me, but here, have this. And I think sometimes those are the most surprising ones to me, mainly because I really like to thank them. I might come to work in my office at Anova every day, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, sit at my desk, or I'm out at community, or I'm taking meetings, or whatever I'm doing to raise money. That's contributing to Anova, and it's doing what it's doing, and I'm working away. But I wouldn't even be able to do that if it wasn't for our community givers, whether it's an individual, whether it's an organization, whether it's a school. It doesn't matter. We can't do the work that we do without them. And I think that comes from all angles. And that's not just the monetary donations, and not just the physical items, but that's liking our posts, sharing our stories, sharing the message that we have, the word of mouth of talking to people about who we are and sharing our needs with other individuals so that they can help fill them is how the community gives in ways that they don't realize. The community truly impacts Anova, and what I see in my job day to day working with the community is that they really truly are walking side by side with every individual that comes through our door. They are the reason that we can answer over 4,000 calls to our crisis and support line, and people aren't having to wait to get that support. You're the reason that we're able to open the door and allow them to come into a safe, warm place. You're the reason why we were able to send a cab to pick them up to get them to that safe place to begin with. You're the reason why they're able to tuck their kid into bed with a brand new stuffy in a safe place and know that they can tell them that they are safe for the first time in however long, that mom and kid are safe. We can't do that alone. That has to come from all the different funding avenues that community gives to us. And then that continuation of that journey is you're still there beside them. You're there at every housing meeting, at every counseling session, at every mealtime within shelter. All of these things, again, can't be provided without community. And then the next step in their journey continues on, and you're still alongside them. You're the community resources that they're reaching out to when they leave shelter. You're the person that, helped her by picking up her kid's stuffy on the sidewalk when she kept going, because those little things make a difference to individuals in general. As much as community is helpful to each other, we want them to continue to be helpful for services like Anova. They're the first voice that survivors and individuals have, because if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't be able to make that phone call or get that cab at the end of the day.